Look at this texture on it. Now you can see that brass peeking through, which is sick. Dude, let's take a look at the board. Ooh, tell me that doesn't look good on the desk, guys. Wow, look at the glow over here as well. You see that? That is quite nice. I've always loved this board. Last year, it was in my top 5 keyboards of the year. I'm very excited to hear it in PC. Like, PC boards are so nice, dude. Sound-wise, they have this certain plasticiness to them that I love. So I'm really excited for this today. Well, first, we do have the fully amber with copper weights and true HHKB. Here's the caveat to today. I will not be using true HHKB layout because Expo does not have a 6U spacebar. Mr. Tim, Mr. Max Valtar, Mr. MVKB, come a little closer. If you rerun Expo, please put a 6U spacebar. Please. 6U's not typically in the base kit, by the way. This is abnormal for that to happen. So I've got the Cloudnine pulled up here. The Cloudnine ends very soon, just in 2 weeks, on the 17th of November. The PCB does not come included in the kit, so that is an extra charge. Starting off, I put in the amber top, amber bottom, and true HHKB layout. Without the PCB, that brings us to $299. Okay, that means with the PCB, which if you go to add-ons, hot swap is $50, solder is $40. We also have a brass bottom over here. So if we swap to brass, that brings us to $399. So $100 from brass to PC. Let's just say you're doing hot swap. That's going to bring you to $450 or $350, depending on your configuration. Ooh, wait. Dang, how did I miss this? Full copper? Ooh, boys. $700 with a PCB. Full copper looks crazy. Full black stainless steel. $900. But dang, does that look cool. I would go for copper. I'm a copper guy. This is hot to me. But yeah, let's get into our accessories real quick, guys. These look like force brake pads. We have ourselves some screws and tools and extra feet. Here's our little daughter board and cable. And we have a few tadpoles here. 40A, 50A, 70A, 80A. So those are your different stiffnesses on the tadpoles there. Here we have our PCB. Love the design of this PCB. It looks beautiful. Yeah, so for layout support, we have stepped caps, a 7U bottom row with 6U support, obviously. And then you have split backspace. It's not too much crazy stuff, but just what you need, in my opinion. Now, we also had a few different plates here. We have an aluminum plate, the Ultim plate, PEI plate, and then what looks like a silver or white carbon fiber. I actually want to take it out and look because it looks pretty crazy. Look at this texture on there. It's like a silver. It's pretty nice. It's very, very pretty. But this is the PEI plate. And tell me that wouldn't look sick together. Very, very fun looking. It's got like a bit of a bow in it. Hopefully that'll get resolved. I don't know if that's standard or what. I don't want to bend it too much, but it is flexible. For switches today, shout out, as always, friend of the channel, sponsored segment for our friends at Unikeys. They're always hooking us up with the newest switches. In my head, I thought that this would look cool together. We have KeyGeek Explosions, which are apparently supposed to be one of the loudest KeyGeek switches. So once again, shout out to our friends at Unikeys for sending these over. Very excited to give them a try. I think I just want to use PEI. I've never used it. The board today seems like the perfect time to try it because we have the full like Ultim colors. I was gonna say, since we're using like a more flexy plate material, we can try the 70A first, go for the full yellow. I think that'll be a good play. Oh dude, you know what's kind of cool? You can kind of see the color of the tadpoles you're using, which is actually really fun. Like the yellow in there makes it look so good. So yeah, this is the amber PC right here. Looks pretty sick with Expo. I will not lie. This combo does slap. Here's your side profile there. That classic Machina swoop looks so pretty, especially with the PC. Looks so nice. Here you have that design on the back that kind of comes up and wraps around here on the bottom case. Yeah, the fully amber is kind of a vibe, dude, because you can see the weights through it, the tadpoles through it. Like, that's really fun. Yeah, visually this works really well together. Okay, so these are KeyGeek Explosions on a PEI Ultim plate, GMK Expo, no foams, 70A tadpoles. Okay. Ooh. Such a deep, bassy pop on the spacebar. Very interesting. Spacebar approved. It's actually kind of a good contrast, right? So the alpha rows are a bit more vibrant, a bit more lively. The spacebar is much deeper, a little more bassy, kind of like has a balance to it. With the clacky alphas, or I'd still say like it's more of a vibrant pop than clack. And then a deeper pop on the spacebar. It kind of they kind of play together quite nicely. Yeah, I like it. So here we can compare it to the V1 with a copper bottom and BCPs. Ooh. Interesting. The raw with copper has a bit more of a tighter sound, accentuating some of those higher end pitches. Whereas this is more bassier, has a deeper sound, kind of leans more to that poppy sound. Both sound good for different reasons. Oh my god, this thing's heavy. We do have a copper, but I have a brass that we're gonna try with this. Now I will say this brass alone is thick as hell. Oh my god. This is very dense. But I did want to mention real quick, if you bear claw pick this up, right, like this, which is how I typically move boards around. The PC is a bit more of a flexible material, and with the weights, it's a little heavy. It kind of lifts up on the PC a little bit. It's very subtle. It is a thing. Let me see if I can get you to hear it. It does make a bit of a sound, but that's if you're trying to push the bottom case back. The way that I would say that would just negate this is just to pick it up and support it from the bottom whenever you're moving it around. It's not going to be an issue. This is not going to cause any damage or any problems to your sound or feel or anything like that. It's just something that comes with it. It happened on a few other boards. Something that comes to mind is like the Sonnet with a copper bottom. Whenever you would kind of pick it up in the same way, it would have that same issue. It was more evident whenever you had a heavier bottom. So we're about to put the brass on. We'll compare and see how it is. On this one, it's not that much. It's very subtle, but it's still there. I am talking with Rabbit though about trying to figure out what is causing it and what they can do to fix it. They did say they're gonna look into it and see what they can figure out. Interesting. It still lifts, but now I can also feel it in the back. It's there, but it's more subtle than I expected. But now you can see that brass peeking through, which is sick. Ooh, that looks cool. Dang, that's nice. That curve is always so pretty to me. You got the big old brass butt. Love to see it. So this is Key Geek Explosions on PEI plate, GMK Expo, 70A tadpoles, now with brass bottom and amber top. Yeah. Yes. Dude. Okay. Wow. I want to try a Ghost Dragon real quick. Cinema. That is the move, dude. That's actually crazy. So it's either the PEI plate or the PC top, but even Ghost Dragons are like kind of more quiet on this build. So I'm thinking that the plate material might be leading also to that more bassier sound signature. It still sounds great. It's really well rounded. It has a really nice pop, like a full pop. Very deep, but you get that clack too in there on some keys. Like these two rows specifically have really good volume. With the 70As and this plate material, this board is so soft to type on. Very springy under the fingertips for sure. Much happier with the brass. The brass bottom, for my preference, is definitely the move. The PC bottom was just much deeper than what I enjoy. Now, if I was going for like a fully foamed up build, dude, that would slap. And it's easier to move around. Like this is a brick now. To be honest, guys, like I love this, right? But if it was me, if I was buying this board again today, the raw is still the play, guys. I'm not gonna lie, the raw is so good. I'm so glad they brought it back. It's still great this year. Let's get into some ratings. I mean, I think the design overall is phenomenal. I love this board. How it looks, the curve on the sides, thinner side bezels, these like chunkier top and bottom bezels look so pretty. And they give that more rounded aesthetic, which I like. The frosted amber looks so pretty. Like you see how the light hits it? Brass bottom, obviously really nice. I love their logo. I kind of like the minimum back. If I was rich, I would proto it myself to see like how it would look for them to move those back weights onto the outside. Like the internal weight, put it outside. Oh man, it would be so pretty. Regardless, the design of this board, I love it. It's a 10 out of 10. The only thing I would love to see improved on the design, just because I know like someone out there is not gonna love it, I would love to see some sort of other screw, maybe here and here. Kind of near these mounting points, just put another set of screws on the internal, just so if someone moves it like this, that doesn't flex. But that doesn't take away from the design for me. Like I said, if you're just moving it around like this. Typing feel? Dude, honestly, it's just as nice as I remember. It's so soft, especially with this plate material. It just feels phenomenal right now. Typing feel, once again, a 10. Very soft. You can stiffen it up by going with a harder O-ring and harder plate material. Sound signatures, where we can kind of have a split, if you will. With the amber bottom, it was really, really deep sounding, which is awesome to see. How much of a difference it made. It went from being more thocky poppy to now being like having a bit of clack in there with a vibrant pop. Spacebar still has a good bit of bass to it. So yeah, overall, I don't know if it's the PEI that's adding that bass. It's really cool, and that really does show that you can like build this out to hit the sound signature you want. If you want really deep, really thocky, go with the PC bottom. If you want a bit more of a vibrant sound, go with the brass, copper, stainless steel. At the end of the day, it still looks great. It still sounds great. It still feels great. It's still a great pickup. I think once you get to like brass, copper, stainless steel, it's a bit more subtle between. Like these two materials, the brass and this, are so different. But yeah, dude, overall, 10 out of 10. No surprises. It's a great board. So thanks again, Machina, for letting me check it out. I really appreciate it. I know you're probably curious. Does the Cloudnine 2 get a smooch? You better believe it. Beautiful. Beautiful keyboard. Machina, great job again. Love the new colors. Think it's fun. But thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. That was the Cloudnine 2 by Machina. I'll catch you next time. Peace.